Grace, another big game from you. I know you knocked down 2 threes early. Do you think that kind of opened up your ability to get into the paint?
Definitely. I think hitting them early just allowed not only a little bit of momentum, but they get up a little bit more and it gets drives a little bit open.
And then obviously they started the W as the game went on. When Gabby can hit big shots like that and other teammates, just how big is that for your offense?
That is huge. If we force teams to come in and then we hit them when we're open, which we know we do it every day at practice, it's one of those where it's just so hard to guard. It just makes it a little bit impossible on the defense.
And then you had 5 steals, team had 11. Just being able to take the ball away without forcing shots, just how huge is that for you guys in transition offense and defense?
Yeah, we had a little bit of a tough defensive game on Thursday against UMKC. So coming in today with just a different mindset of just getting down and doing the little things right. So it was huge for us today.
And then you played all 40 minutes today. Do you feel it as the game goes on, or do you not really notice it?
I think you just get that little momentum going, and I don't notice it. I just have so much fun out there with my teammates.
Grace, I think you hit 2 or 3 threes in the first quarter, like he mentioned. Were they giving you space to take that shot, or did you just kind of want to get yourself going from there early?
Yeah, I think they were giving a step or two just off the initial drive that we do at times. Didn't want to give that up, and it helped that we had great movement from the other side of the court, just opening things up, so then if the shot wasn't there, then a drive may be there.
And then they cut it to 5 or 6 a couple times in the third and in the fourth quarter. What was the message from the coaching staff? What was the message between you guys? How were you guys able to hold on in those moments?
It was kind of just like keeping our composure. We knew that we were good enough to win this game, and we had a bigger lead, and we just had to keep our composure and just know that we're good enough for this.
Yeah, and just keeping it together when the ball wasn't going in for us. I think we did a really good job of that today, of just, like Gabby said, not falling apart when maybe they were scoring and we weren't.
And then he mentioned the steals, the turnovers that you guys created. How big was that, considering you guys weren't necessarily shooting the best? You know, they outshot you in the second and third quarters, but you guys were still able to outscore them in those quarters because of the turnovers, but also you guys were getting to the line a lot too.
I think that was big for us because when we played at UND, they killed us on the glass. So we kind of knew that we couldn't let them get in the paint. So I think that's a big emphasis for us, is not letting them get into paint. And our guards did a really good job helping on that.
Post as well, we were kind of trying to work together as a team. It wasn't going to be one-on-one. So making sure our post, or if a guard got switched onto a big girl, was in the right position, and then coming in, trying to be everywhere all the time.
And I don't know if you can feel this throughout a game, but did it feel like free throws were making a difference? Because like I said, the shooting margins were a bit different, but you guys were getting to the line consistently and making your shots with all your penetration and stuff.
Definitely. Everyone says free throws can win or lose games, and if we wouldn't have hit those, we wouldn't have had the score that we had or been anywhere near where we were at the end of that game.
Last one I have for you. I think at one point they cut the score to 5, and then you passed it off to Coral Mason, who had a layup, extended to 7. And then I think a couple possessions later, she had a pretty big block that wasn't called a foul. It was just a clean block. It was your guys' ball, too. Was that kind of like a momentum shifter for you guys at all, and just how big of a play was that?
That was huge because you knew they were trying to get downhill, and Coral just hands up walled her so well and was in the right spot. She works her butt off every day at practice, so to see her come in there and prove herself like that was so awesome.
Well, it was awesome to get a win today. It was Native American Heritage Day, and I had a great crowd, and super proud of our team. I thought we played just urgent. Really, we kind of talked about playing desperate a little bit. Each possession really pouring everything we had into it and being disruptive defensively, and forced 21 turnovers and scored 31 points off those turnovers. So that's our best effort in that category for sure this season. And I thought our defensive effort really created some of our offense. And then today we didn't shoot the ball particularly well, again, from 3 necessarily, but we did so many other things really well. That we were able to get to the rim. We got to the free throw line, 20 for 23 from the free throw line, which was huge for us. We're able to outscore them in the paint, even though we were very undersized, able to have an advantage there too. So overall, just really pleased with the effort of our team today.
You You mentioned the desperation, slower starting Kansas City. You guys came out firing in the first quarter. How big of an emphasis was that first quarter?
Huge. We talked about that in particular. Felt like in the last couple of weeks, there's been a couple games in particular where we just really dig ourselves a hole early, and that's just a hard hill to climb over the course of a game. So, we talked about having a fast start. We talked about, really coming out, making sure offensively we were being active, moving bodies, moving the ball, being difficult to guard, and then obviously wanted to get stops defensively. But the first time we played them, we really struggled to finish possessions. Gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. I think they scored 18 points off of their second chances the first time we played them. So, we only gave up 6 today. And they had 1 point off those 6 offensive rebounds. So extremely, great effort by our team to not give up boards.
You mentioned they were shooting pretty well, but you guys got 13 more shot attempts in the game. How big were those steals contributing to those?
Huge, and I think that's one of the things that several of those were kind of in the paint with their forwards or post players. We did a great job of making it difficult in there to be able to just go one-on-one and dribble around and, use their size to their advantage. So really, really good job by our whole team of getting in there and mixing things up and making plays rather than just kind of being in those spots.
Then we mentioned the secondary scoring last week. Just how have you seen that develop in these last couple games?
Yeah, I mean, today felt good about, Lex didn't score a lot of points, but, she got some good looks. Obviously Gabby with 13, Carly Duffney with 10. What I liked about our offense was we really got them moving and forced them to have to guard the whole floor. We'd been a little bit stagnant maybe the last couple of weeks, and team did a great job of really being active, getting lots of people involved in the offense, and especially in that first half, I thought we were really hard to guard.
Then it's easy to focus on Grace's point total, but she played all 40 minutes. Just having a workhorse like that where, she has that motor, how big is that for your team's momentum?
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's been asked to play a lot of minutes in a lot of games, and she's willing to do that. And she scored points today. Great. The thing I loved about Grace today was she had 5 steals. She was super disruptive, and it wasn't like she was gambling, like playing undisciplined. She was really, really disciplined and just locked in on the defensive end and created a lot of extra possessions for us on the defensive end.
Mentioned that although you guys didn't shoot particularly great, you guys got to the line a lot and made those. Was there an emphasis on maybe like not settling for threes and trying to get to the rim?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Obviously, we still took 35 of them. What we wanted to make sure we were doing was taking in rhythm, catch and shoot threes, making sure that they were great shots. And, we took some early ones, some ones, that came in transition, things like that. Some of them went early, some of them didn't go later on in the game. But, I think one of the things that sometimes, we've gotten away from a little bit is getting good ball movement, right, and then being able to attack off of that. And I thought Carly Duffney had a couple really nice drives today, and some others, So we got to the free throw. I mean, the other day we were 5 for 5 from the free throw line, and today we're 20 for 23. So just a much better job of attacking. And obviously Grace shot 14 of those, but Cass had 4. Lex shot a couple, Carly shot a couple. So, we got to be able to get some easy offense as well, stuff at the rim and stuff from the free throw line.
And then they cut it to 5 or 6 on a couple different occasions in the third and fourth quarter. Just what was your message to the team during those moments? How were you guys able to hold it together in that time?
Yeah, just keep defending, just keep defending and keep rebounding. We wanted to, last time we played them, we kind of made a run at them when we were down and tried to claw our way back, and then we gave up a bunch of offensive rebounds, and they got easy putbacks, and so, it was like we didn't want to have it happen the other way where we're up and start giving up easy. You know, just continue to keep making everything really hard. These guys make tough shots. They just do. You know, nine hit some tough ones. 2 hit a couple kind of in our face. They hit tough shots. You know, so we're okay with that if we're forcing a tough shot, but you know, wanted to make sure that we weren't giving up easy.
And then Coral Mason had, I think, a layup when they cut it to 5. She scored a layup off a pass from Larkins, and then I'm not sure if it was a couple of possessions after she had a big block that
Yep.
kind of felt like it turned momentum. Did you feel that? Did it feel
Yep.
like that was a big play for you guys?
For sure, Coral was competing, and you know, she played some huge minutes for us there, especially late with Carly Duffney fouling out. Coral stepped up huge. You know, yeah, she had a block. She, you know, had the layup. You know, made some really good plays for us down the stretch. And again, that's you know, we need everybody to be able to step up, and obviously Dara was out today, so had lots of people step up into that spot, and you know, this isn't an easy team to guard off the dribble, so really, again, really proud of our defensive effort.
Last one I have for you. Are there like overarching themes that you can take from this game? Is this going to be a game you look back on where it's like, we didn't shoot particularly well, we got out-rebounded, and we were still able to win? Is
Yep.
this a game that you think you'll reference in the future?
For sure. I mean, I know we can do it now. You know, I know we can do it. It's in us. You know, it's just, it's one of those things where so much of being a great defensive team is not just knowing where to be and not just being in the right spot, but then making a play and being disruptive and finding a way to get a hand on a ball, get a deflection, get a steal. You know, so it's in us. We can do it, and we definitely did it today. So, you know, I think this team, yeah, I mean, I think these are some really good clips to be able to show and say, hey, like, we can defend, you know. We just got to set your mind to it, and like I said, not just kind of be in the right spots, but like be willing to go make the play.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.